Hello, so this video is a new job we are starting. The video is just for the purpose of possible customers who want to see how we work and what goes into landscaping work. So here we've got planks down for the skip that is due in the next couple of hours. This job is a greenhouse base in the back garden, but there is no direct access to the back garden with this property. The garage goes half the way into the building and is not accessible for us to get through, and we personally rarely do jobs where you go through the house unless it is feasible for both us as a company and the client. There's a lot of thought that needs to be put into going through people's property if you are going to be excavating a large amount of ground and bringing in new materials, because it slows the job down quite a bit, and it's just one of those things. Really, the best thing to do is get a neighbour to give you access, which we have done. So our route to and from the skip and the materials, which will be put on the grass here, will be going through the neighbour's property, and it's a little bit overgrown and do a little bit of TLC. We will tidy up as much as we can on the way out and leave it tidier than when we first came here. We'll get rid of hopefully all this waste for them as well. So this is the access route to the back garden of the job that we will be working on. So the job starts tomorrow, but today I've brought a lot of the kit that's needed for the job to go ahead. It's better to have the kit ready to go rather than a cold start on a morning where you've got workers trying to do stuff and no kit out. So the kit is out. This is the area where the greenhouse base will go. It's 2.6 metres across there and 3.2 metres in length here. It is a mixture of porcelain paving from London stone, and it will have a set border from London stone as well, which will just make it stand out. It will be grouted with flow point limestone, or porcelain point limestone, which is basically a liquid concrete grout and the best one to use. And yes, tomorrow we will start this job, and hopefully in the next couple of days it will be done, weather permitting, and then we will be on to the next jobs. But yes, this video is just to show you what goes in. I mean, this is only a small job, but you still need this kit here to make this job happen. So when people phone and say it's only a small job, it may seem like it, but you do still need a lot of kit regardless. And if this was a bigger job, then you'd have obviously things like diggers, dumpers. It just varies. This garden is pretty much established as to what they want it. They just need a greenhouse base in place for the work for them to put the greenhouse on. The skip is now here. It's all good to go. Drop door skip to make it easier to just wheel the waste in with a wheelbarrow. I've got some of the materials here, the subbase and cement from Scott Supplies, Type 1 MOT, clean stone for the subbase. So this is the opening to the job that we will be working on from the neighbour's side, and it's now time to clear this area, excavate it to the correct depth for the subbase to be installed at. The paving that's not broken is to be kept. The customer wants to keep that, and any good soil the customer wants to keep and put in that bulk bag, just because they can reuse it in the garden. And getting hold of good soil it's not easy. I must admit, for even the soil we buy, which we pay for the premium price, after the rains washed it through a couple of times, it's got recycled waste in it, and it's not good enough. So if you can recycle good quality soil, I would always advise that. We found an old gravel board and we started digging this off, which helped to make a handy ramp out of the garden. They're lifting the wheelbarrows up, and I was about to say that we've dug off the job, which we have. We laid the geotextile ground stabilising membrane down, and the wind has just blown it about, so I'm just going to put some type 1 MOT on this now. 75mm layer. We'll get this compacted, and another 75mm layer, leave it overnight, and then hopefully, weather permitting, tomorrow we can start paving. So the pins are where the actual greenhouse is going to go. They only wanted to keep the soil because it was good soil that we dug off, so we've kept and filled up 3 bulk bags, and there's probably 2 bulk bags worth in the skip at the front, which was more clay based. So we'll get on with filling this up with type 1 MOT stone. This is the first layer of type 1 MOT limestone compacted for the subbase, roughly about 75mm. There'll be another layer now of about 75mm going on and compacted. You want a minimum of 100mm of type 1 compacted stone for a patio, and that's the bare minimum. We normally have 150, maybe a little bit more of type 1 compacted. Obviously driveways, they pretty much double, 250, 300mm, sometimes more depending on the weight of what's going on it. We decided to come this way through this neighbour's garden because going over that grass, as you can see, there's lots of voids there and the wheelbarrows are just getting stuck. So put some more mats down, and last night managed to get all the MOT in, but the second layer, by the time we got it in, we did not have the light to compact it, obviously being December and it goes dark at about 3:30, so get this last layer compacted, get the mixer set up and get some paving started on this greenhouse shed base. The paving has all been done now, so you've got a charcoal porcelain paving from London Stone and Egyptian limestone sets from London Stone on the perimeter border. Just got to grout it now with flow point. It'll be the porcelain point limestone, which is the new variation of colours of flow point. There'll be some gravel going along that back bit, along this back bit, soil back in here and soil back along here. This is the back of the greenhouse base, another angle of the work. And you can see with the sets, got a mitre on the outer set and a corner finish on the inner. That's the same on all the corners, just gives it that extra bit of finishing detail. The grouting has been done now and cleaned off, and it's just drying in any bits that I've missed. I'll get. Just going to leave it now to set and then come back tomorrow. Just put some soil down this side, down the fronts, and then some gravel on the back, down this pathway and here, and that's this job done. So yeah, it looks a lot different on the camera here than it does when I'm looking at it with my eye, but it's a charcoal porcelain paving from London Stone with Egyptian limestone sets from London Stone, and it's been grouted with porcelain point limestone, which is basically flow point, but they've rebranded it and made new colours, which is the limestone one. So when this is all dry, it'll look a a lot better, or if it was all wet it would all look a lot better, but it's just the temperature is about 8 degrees now, so fortunate that it stayed dry for the grouting. And I'm just going to remove all the kit now off this site and finish this tomorrow. This job is done now. So we've got London Stone products, London Stone charcoal, porcelain outdoor paving, London Stone Egyptian limestone sets, and we've used Porcelain Point limestone to grout. We put pebble on the back and back side there, and we put soil back around the front border and the front side border. The mats, as you can see, they leave a little bit of an imprint just because they flatten the grass. The grass will come back up, especially in the spring. It's better to put the mats down, because if you don't, all the wheelbarrow in and out routes would have took. You'd have had lines of where the wheel would have been, and it would have been printed a lot more than the mats are. So they're handy for protection for anyone who hasn't got this sort of product for when they're doing this work. So we're just tidying up now, tidying the mats up, stacking them over there, and yes, customer is very happy, I'm very happy how it's turned out. I mean, it's only a small greenhouse base, but it's all about the details really. So you've got the Egyptian limestone sets there with a mitre finish and a corner bond finish on the inside, and the grout just brings the whole area to life. So it'll be interesting to see when the cedar greenhouse is on this, what it looks like. I think the cedar greenhouse sits on this one here, and so this will just be the perimeter that's visual from the outside.